Here is Aristo. Today I want to present you, I want to talk to you about which I think is one of the best ways to make fast money when you're playing at Hattrick. What we're going to do here basically is that we're going to try to train players, which I'm going to focus on playmaking, and with that, we're going to try to flip them. There is a video that I talk a little bit about that. In this one, I just want to deep into it and explain you different tools you're able to use in order to have a better understanding of the forecasting when it comes to figuring out which players are worth the time and the effort in order to make them train. So whenever you get started with Hattrick, something very very important is to go to staff and select your staff team basically. So you want to select a coach. You should get a solid coaching skill. You can either select that it's going to be like an attacking minded or it's going to be defensive minded. In my case, I just add both of them, so it's not one or not the other. It's more like balanced. So it's very very important that when you start, you get a solid coach. Right after that, you want to select your staff. I think 3 out of 4 is great. It's perfect in order to have the right balance in your staffing team. You could get a fourth one. That's up to you. But for now, I don't need any other type of staff aside from the assistant coach, the medic, and the form coach. There's some others like I'm gonna help you with the finances. There's some others gonna help with the psychological side of your players. However, I think that the most important ones are the assistant coach, the medic, and the form. So these are the quality, the skills that they have. This one is the best one together with that one. This is a 4 out of 5. I'm gonna have to change it soon. That's why I get this notification here. And the next one is gonna be a 5 out of 5. I think this is gonna help you a lot, and I'm gonna show you why I think is a good idea to have the higher the better. Of course, it's important to have a cash flow. So if you don't have cash flow and you're just getting started, my suggestion is to start with 4. Here it would be 4 out of 5, and this one 4 out of 5 as well. So once you have this, I want you to go ahead and find cheap players. The best way to find cheap players is to go to transfers, and we're going to look for playmaking skills. And then they need to be very, very young. They need to be the younger the better. So I would go 17 years of age, and then here I would go years and 0 days all the way to, let's say, 20 days. I think that's going to be enough. And playmaking, it has to be at least passable playmaking skill. Without that, I wouldn't suggest you getting anyone that it's not as good as this one, for instance. So you would just go ahead and click on search, and then everything is going to show up, whatever it's on in the market. Let's say here you're going to be able to see the deadline today at 13:30. It's 13:27. That's $10,000. That's not bad at all, but I want to get cheaper. This one. Okay, this one would be good. It's a 7 already. 7 is a solid. And look, 17 years and 7 days. That's great. Defending a 4, winger 4, and then playmaking a 7. The form is a 6. It's not too bad. And stamina, you don't have to worry about that because it's going to get better over time. He's a very young player. TSI is lower than 1,000. So this is going to be a cheap player. I don't think you're going to have to invest a lot of money in order to buy that. So I would go ahead and buy this one. Once you buy this one, hopefully you're going to keep it. You don't want to spend more than $10,000. So that is the max that you want to go whenever you're buying cheap players. And the dates are very important as well. 17 years and 7 days is great. I don't know if there's other examples around here. This is 10 days, but it's a 6 instead of a 7. It's not bad at all either. But yeah, based on what we can see on this screen, my suggestion is to get at least a solid one. So basically a 7. If you see other skills around 7, that's great. Another 7 in passing, that's awesome. And then a 5 here, 4 there, it's not too bad. But again, you can see the price here, that's way more expensive. So that's actually, this is actually expensive player. And just because they have the passing skill at solid and then playmaking at solid. So let's keep this one as an example. Let me open it up and then go to transfer compare. This transfer compare is going to help me understand how much money people are paying for a player like this one. As you can see, it's 1,000, 3,000, 1,000, 2,000, 18,000. They have a specialty here, so that's good. But again, it's not a big deal. So I would go ahead and buy this one. Once I buy that, when I have my staff, my coach as a solid coaching, and I have the staff right here, then it's a time to see what's going to happen in the future. So in this one, I'm going to present you this Hattrick Portal Pro, which basically gives you an idea of the amount of time that you're going to have to wait in order to see improvements in your player. So in this case, I'm going to select the years of age. So basically, you start filling out the information. Here, you want to add the age of the player that you just bought. In this case, it was around 17 years and the age was 7, if I'm not wrong. So with that, of course, the training that I want to do is playmaking. That's why I'm buying players. They have good playmaking skills, and the skill level, I'm going to say it's a solid. Great. The assistant coach level is the 4. That's the one I have. The training level, I'm just going to set up a 96%, and then the stamina training part, it's a 10%. Stamina, let's select, it's a this one. So, it's getting there, but you don't have to worry about that one because it's going to improve over time. And then at the time that I click on calculate, we're going to see these numbers change. And you're going to see how much money are you going to be able to make when it comes to having one of those players. So in Formidable, it's going to take me around 10 weeks. And the age of the player is going to be 17 years and 75 days. This is great. You want to have players in this skill level, but they need to be younger than 18 years old because it's going to change a lot from 17 to 18. Even though it's an 18 and 1 day, um, you're going to be making less money. So let's see what's going to happen. If you have a skill level which is formidable with a 17 years and 75 days, and you go to, let's say, transfer compare for this one in particular, look the amount of money that you're going to be able to get. First, as you can see, playmaking is this much, and then the other ones are passable. This one is between weak and passable. Winger is passable, and then scoring between weak and passable, passing less than weak, defending less than weak, and goalkeeper, you don't really care about that one whatsoever, but see the prices. So the average is a $700,000, and then the median is literally $7,000, $700,000. So basically, my suggestion is that buy super cheap players, train them with a solid coach, flip them and sell them. This is going to take you 10 weeks, which is nothing. It's about 2 months and something. And then with that money, you're going to be able to reinvest it. Maybe you want to start your youth academy, or maybe you want to just buy other players. But my suggestion is to that. Go with playmaking, start with a very, very cheap players and start flipping them. I hope that was useful. Please let me know down below in the comments if you have any questions. And again, I'll see you soon.